Welcome to Nordic Mindset, to the Mindset Gym. Beautiful people joining us from around the world so far. We have Joanne from Denmark. We have Veronica here. We have Shamila, who is most likely at a conference for Nordic Mindset in Uganda, a 1 year anniversary. So, welcome to Mindset Gym. I especially hope that you down there in Uganda are having a blast today at your conference, at your celebration of the 1 year anniversary of Nordic Mindset in Africa. So, what is Nordic Mindset? If you are a guest here or if you are watching this as a recording on YouTube, where this will be posted at 7 p.m. Central European Time every Wednesday, Nordic Mindset is a 120-day mindset training program, the first of its kind. It is not therapy. It is not talking. It is training. Nordic Mindset is based on a Danish mindset training program that I myself had the pleasure and the privilege of going through about 3 years ago. I got so excited about what I learned, what I experienced, how I felt myself growing, that I contacted the developer, the owner of that company, and said, listen, I have this very special skill that I speak English quite well, and that I would love to take this program to the world, that I would love to share this program with other people in the world in English. And now, actually, the program, thanks to AI, is not just available in English. It is also available en español y en portugués. So in Spanish and Portuguese as well. So what exactly is it that we do? Well, it's a video training course where you will work with mindset tools, 32 mindset tools. You will be trained in them, so it isn't just talking, it's training. It's not therapy, it's building a strong mindset. Whereas traditional therapy and psychology is very much based on your past. What went wrong? How did you feel about it when it went wrong? How do you feel about how you felt back then now? It's very much based on feelings, on problems, on trauma. Nordic Mindset is very, very different. It is solution-oriented. It is based on skills. You see, we here at Nordic Mindset have a somewhat unconventional, untraditional, even unheard of opinion of what mental distress really is. You see, I don't think that anxiety is a disease. I don't think that stress is a disease. I don't think depression is a disease because you cannot catch anxiety. You can't go shopping and then because someone with anxiety walks past you and sneezes, achoo, well, now you caught anxiety. That's not how we catch. That's not how we get anxious. That's not how we get depressed. That's not how mental distress works. Mental distress is a product of how we think. And if you can think yourself into stress, you can also think yourself out of stress. If you can think yourself into a depression or into anxiety, well, then you can also think your way out of it. And by the way, anxiety comes from only one thing, and that is that you worry too much. You worry about the future, what could happen, or you worry about things right now to which there is no solution. Once you identify exactly what a worry is, you write your worries down, you classify them as either something you can do something about. We call those problems because problems have solutions. So if it's something you can do something about, you come up with a game plan, with an action plan, with a solution. If you have a worry to which there is no solution, well, then you don't have a problem because a problem is defined as something that has a solution. Now you have a fact of life. It is a fact of life that sometimes it's going to rain on your birthday. It's a fact of life that it's cold in the winter and it's hot in the summer. Those are facts of life. It's a fact of life that sometimes, somewhere, there's war. It's a fact of life that right now we have inflation. Those are things that you can become very upset about, but you're wasting your time, your precious energy on things that you cannot change. And thereby you are thinking yourself into an either anxious or over worried or even depressed state. So let's get on with today's training. Today's tool is called, does anyone want to help me? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know it. Yeah, I know. It's just that I have 9 pictures on my screen right now, and I was hoping I could get 10 on. Let me see if there's another page here. So today's tool is called the 10 pictures, and it's not the 10 pictures of which I'm seeing right now 9 only on my screen. The 10 pictures is a tool that you can use for visualizing your future goals and objectives. It can be anything from career goals to family goals to leisure goals to things you want to experience. I would say that you could do even more than 10 pictures. You could have one for family experiences. You could have one for career. You could have one for your physique if you're into training, as you can obviously tell that I am not any longer into that. But the 10 pictures is really just you taking let's say a piece of cardboard. And on that piece of cardboard, you will place pictures of things that you want to have in your life. Either objects, it could be a new house, it could be a new car, it could be anything. It could be a new TV. It could be anything. It could be a new apartment. If it's things you want to attain in your life, it could be a trophy. It could be a job title. If it's something you want to experience, maybe it could be the picture of an airplane going to, I don't know, Niagara Falls if you have a dream that you want to see that. I don't. I've seen it once and it was very cold and I'm never going back to Canada because it was so cold when I was there. But the 10 pictures, here's what you do. You place a picture, a visual representation of what you want to accomplish or what you want to achieve, what you want to attract in your life. And you put it on your bedroom wall, your bathroom mirror. You put it somewhere where you can see it. And I will actually tell you that this works so well, it's almost scary. This tool, the 10 pictures, is also known as a dream board or a goal board or a vision board. Call it whatever you want. It works incredibly well. And I will tell you, about 30 years ago, I was taught this tool by my old trainer, funny enough, from Canada, Mr. Bruce Glenn. And Bruce came to the office where I worked. And he taught us this tool, and he brought cardboard, and we each cut out pictures of things we wanted to either achieve at that job, things we wanted to achieve in our families, things we wanted to see, things we wanted to buy. And I hadn't become a father yet at that point, but my, at the time, girlfriend was asking me if I didn't think that it was about time that we had a kid. And I didn't know what to do. So I actually called some of my friends who had children that they didn't live with. So they had been in relationships. And I thought, well, the worst thing that can happen to you as a father is if you don't get to live with your child. So I called them to say, hey, any regrets of becoming a father? And not a single one of them said, yeah, I totally regret that. Everyone said, oh my God, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Even though I don't live with my daughter, even though I don't live with my sons, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. So I was convinced that, yes, I would like to become a father. And I had this dream. I had this dream of having a beautiful, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, fair-skinned Scandinavian boy, kind of like I used to look myself. Yes, there was a time when Michael had hair. And when I was a kid, I had white hair, like totally super blonde. Now there's a bit of light in my beard again. I don't know why that's coming back. So I put up this picture of this boy. I put up a picture of a house. I put up a picture of a car. I put up a picture of a trip to the US with a family walking on the beach. And a couple of months later, my ex-wife, Anya, became pregnant. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have this beautiful little baby boy with blue eyes and blonde hair, just like I used to look when I was a kid. And then about 9 months later, she gave birth to a little girl with Dumbo ears and almost no hair for the first 3 years of her life. And I thought, well, this is not what I ordered. This is not what I envisioned. I love her to death. Don't get me wrong. I was very proud. But that board with the 10 pictures was still on my wall in my office where I worked. And I still walked past it every day. And we did get to go to the US, but it was still there. And then 16 months after she had given birth to my beautiful daughter, Camila, she gave birth to a beautiful, blue-eyed, blonde-haired baby boy who looked exactly like me when I was a kid. I mean, anyone who sees pictures of him and me are shocked that we look so much alike. I mean, he is so fortunate, right? He's so lucky. He doesn't think that every time, but yeah. So I'm just saying, I had a picture of something that I really wanted in my life. And whether that did something to my subconscious or to the universe, I don't know. I have another amazing story about how this dream board, vision board, 10 pictures board can work. Can I get a thumbs up just on screen or like the symbol you can push? If any one of you has ever seen the movie The Secret. It's an old movie. I think it might be from the 90s or so. It's about the power of thought, the law of attraction. Now, I think that there's one thing that people forget when they build their lives on the law of attraction. The law of attraction, the last 6 letters are action. So you actually have to get off your butt and do something. You cannot sit around hoping for a miracle and then never doing anything about it. I got a great story about that too, by the way, but I want to finish this story. In this movie, The Secret, one of the people being interviewed is an American businessman called John Assaraf. And John Assaraf is maybe in his 40s when they're doing this picture, when they're doing this film. And he tells of his success through life. And he has just bought his 4th or 5th home somewhere in California, a beautiful estate. And as he moves there, he's having moving boxes shipped. And some of these moving boxes have been in storage for a long time. As he opens a moving box, he pulls out an old dream board, an old vision board. And he sees a picture of the house that he is now living in. Not a house like it. He sees a picture of the exact same house that he put on his vision board and forgot all about 10 years ago or something like that. So his vision came true. And I think that one of the reasons why so many people don't reach their goals is because they don't even know what their goals are. So many people don't achieve what they dream of because they don't define what they want to achieve. Now, in some of my videos, I say that it is very, very important that we are specific when we write out our goals. That's also part of the SMART goal strategy. And by the way, the vision board can very much fit together with the SMART goals strategy, with the SMART goals tool, because first you have to visualize what you want. Then you have to make a plan of action to work towards what you want to accomplish. So when we make a dream board, when we see with our eyes on a day-to-day basis what it is we dream of, the things we want to achieve suddenly become a lot more real. They become a lot more specific. So I didn't just want a boy. I wanted a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned, Scandinavian, typical Scandinavian me. I wanted a mini me, and I got exactly what I wanted. John Assaraf put this house on his vision board over 10 years ago, and he moved a few times, and he never unpacked it. And what he ended up realizing was that the house that he had bought was unknowingly the exact same house that he had put on his dream board more than 10 years ago, and he hadn't looked at it since. I mean, talk about the power of being specific. Talk about the power of attracting something by just visualizing it. We all know how focus works, right? We all know that we are confronted by billions of sensory impressions every day. We hear things, we see things, we smell things, we taste things, we touch things and feel things. Billions of sensory impressions are sent to our brain every day. There is no way that we can remember everything. And by the way, we interpret most of the things that we see and hear. That is also, by the way, the reason why 5 people witnessing a car crash can give 5 different accounts of what happened. Because they see the same thing, but their focus is different. What this tool of the 10 pictures enables you to do is that as you find pictures of what you want, as you cut them out, as you put them on this cardboard, as you hang it up, as you see it every day, what you want to attract, attain, accomplish, achieve becomes specific. And the act of you becoming specific is incredibly important when it comes to your achievements, when it comes to what you want to accomplish in life, what you want to experience in life. Now, I have a vision, and this may sound, I don't know if this is actually on my 10 pictures at home. I don't know if this sounds crazy. I don't know, there's like 10, 20, 30, 40 people on here sometimes, and we are in the beginning of something amazing, but I know that Nordic Mindset and the trainings we do and the video trainings and the program has the potential to change the lives of literally millions of people around the world. And Lord knows the world needs it, because there is about 1 billion people in the world suffering from stress, anxiety, depression, overthinking, and worrying, all problems that they themselves are the co-creators of. And it's really just a question of training your mind to not work like that anymore. But here is my ultimate dream for Nordic Mindset, and I'm including myself in that dream. Someday, somewhere, there will be a conference of mindset mentors. It will be in a room that holds 10,000 people, like the London O2 Arena. Someday when that happens, in 10 years or in 20 years, I don't care. I'll keep doing this until what we do has reached the world and changed the lives of thousands and millions and maybe even hundreds of millions of people. But I am envisioning a room where when I walk into it, that I can hear people whispering, "That's him. That's one of the guys who got the ball rolling. That's one of the guys who helped me achieve something or live a certain way or let go of my regrets or be more present with my family or donate more money to charity or achieve my goal weight or achieve my dream or give me the tools to be a better employee or to be a better father or to be a better mother. That's what I dream of. That I can hear people whispering that he's the one that helped me not give up on myself and on my dreams and on my family. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what I live for. And thank God I'm wearing glasses, because I think it's getting really hot in here. I feel a little bit of sweat in my eyes. Yeah. So what I recommend that you do, get a piece of cardboard or find a place on your wall. Start with some magazines or get out a printer and cut out or print out pictures of things you want to achieve. I have on my dream board, this is crazy. This is insane. Ever since I started working with you guys, especially down there in Uganda, I've had this thing where I've thought to myself, I really want to see that continent someday. You know, I would really love to go to Africa and experience it. And I know that Africa is a huge continent, and I know that the North is nothing like the South, and the West is nothing like the East, and Central is different than. But I have a fiance who works for a different company. And that company sometimes puts up conferences all around the world. And you can qualify for those conferences. And wouldn't you know it, after I put that picture of Africa, the continent, on my dream board at home, they announced that they were going to have a conference in South Africa. And wouldn't you know it, that she qualified for it. And wouldn't you know it, she invited me to go along with her. Because, you know, she needs someone to carry her suitcases. That's what I'm there for. So the power of your dreams and goals put into a visual, like a visual representation of it that you see every day, it both makes it real, it makes you specific, it makes you remember what you want. I think that people miss great opportunities to achieve something because they don't know what it is they want to achieve. If you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter if you go left or right. Right? Who cares? You won't know if you go left or right or backwards or forwards if you don't know where you really want to go. So that's why I encourage you to get out a cardboard, cut out or print out some pieces, some visual representations, some pictures of the things you want to attain, attract, accomplish, live out. Let it be something that makes you feel alive, that makes you feel amazing. Let it be something where you feel that maybe this experience won't just be for me, it will be for my family, it will be for my kids or my dad or my mom or my sister, my brother. Maybe it's something about your community. Maybe it's not even about you. I know that many of us here at Nordic Mindset have a really big heart. We want our work to matter to other people. We want it to be important to other people. So therefore, if you're like that, if you're wired that way, put something on your dream board where it's not about you, where, yes, you get a feeling when you do something, but maybe let it be for others, because that at least makes some of us feel even better than when we do something good for ourselves. So those were my first about 25 minutes about the 10 pictures. We got a lot more people on here. I see Joanne, and I'm on here, Shamila, and a whole group down there. Hey, you guys in Uganda. Very nice to see you all there. I hope you're having a great day. I see Kato, I see Will, I see Yahaya, Adelaide down there in South America, Hadassah in Portugal, Blaine, that's actually Sabrina, who is in, I think, Italy. We have Veronica, Stephen, I don't know who Resty is, but welcome, Resty, Mariam, Mila, Martha, Alex, and someone called Infinix Hot 10i. That's a very interesting and very peculiar name, but I'll remember it. So Is there anyone here who has any questions or maybe has something to add? Maybe you've seen the 10 pictures work in your life. Then please let us know. I'll just mute you until you do, if there's someone who has something to say. If you do, then just raise your hand. I will say that the 10 pictures can sometimes have the effects of it can be delayed. Like with me, I got a daughter instead of a son, but then I got my son 16 months later. So I guess you can't put a time on when it arrives, but I know that if you see it and believe it, you can achieve it. I'm absolutely certain of that. I want to tell you something that I have on my dream board. You're not going to believe it, but I want to see Earth from space. If it's the last thing I do, I want to see Earth from space. Not in a virtual thing, but like for real. Because that is going to be possible someday within my lifetime. And ever since I watched sci-fi and space movies and Star Trek and Star Wars as a kid, that's been my dream. I want to see that. That has to be just the most amazing thing ever. So, yeah. So this is a live training that we do every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central European Time. Each time we cover a tool. Then 5 hours later at 7 p.m., we put this recording on YouTube. So if you have someone here, if you have someone in your life, maybe yourself, maybe someone you know, who struggles mentally, who's maybe not as happy as they could be, who's maybe struggling with mental distress, just let them know that there is help. Help is coming. Help is here, actually. Nordic Mindset is here. We're ready to serve people both in the English-speaking world, in the Spanish-speaking world, Portuguese-speaking world. That's actually like close to 1.5 billion people. So we can help a lot of people. And as you go through the videos, you will have written assignments, PDF files that you can print out, that you can work on, pen in hand. You will have a mindset mentor who you will talk to every 8 days, who will help you not just know what to do differently, but who will help you implement the tools. So it's really not about that you learn something new. It's that you're trained to do something new and to think in a new way. And if you do that over a period of time, that will change the way your brain is wired. And we can literally see that in brain scans, actually. Something happens to people and they are trained over a period of time, you can actually measure it. So maybe think back at a time in your life where you were just happy. I don't know. Maybe everything was just going smoothly. How did you feel back then? I'm betting you had good energy, you got a lot of things done. Well, now think back at a time in your life where, maybe things weren't so great. Maybe you worried too much. Maybe those worries manifested in your body as stress, as anxiety. I bet you didn't have good energy when you did that. Both of those things is a matter of what you think about, what you focus on, what you spend your time on in your thoughts. And Nordic Mindset is a program that teaches you and trains you to be better at controlling what happens inside your mind, to be the captain of your thoughts. And it is absolutely certain that you can be the captain of your thoughts because we've seen that happen 1,000 times. If you think positive thoughts, well, you will feel good. And if you think negative thoughts and you worry and you ruminate about your past and you think about your mistakes and your traumas and your guilts and your regrets, well, then it's a neurological fact that you will be losing your energy, you will be losing your good mood, you won't feel very well. But that all happens in your thoughts because thoughts come before feelings. Your feelings are just a result of what you're thinking about. So if you want to have a 30-minute free mentor session with me, you can book that in the link on the YouTube recording at 7 tonight. And if no one has anything to add or to ask, I'm just ready to talk to my next client, who I have right after this. And I'm looking forward to it because it's our first week in. And the first week is usually where people really get some big aha moments from the videos. So I can't wait to, and I see that she's on here. So right after this, just join me on the other link, Sabrina, and I will talk to you then. So everyone, thank you so much for joining today. And I'll see you all next week, I hope. Wednesday, July 29th. I already posted a video about it that you can share. It's in the Nordic Mindset Hub. And go out and make your vision come true by creating the 10 pictures for yourself. Make it real, make it specific, make it believable, and then come up with an action plan to actually achieve what you dream of. See you all next week. Bye, guys.
Grazie. Thank you.
Yeah, say thank you in your own language if you want to.
Thank you, grazie.
Tack ska du ha.
Thank you, grazie.
Grazie, mille grazie. Okay. See you next week, guys.